Hi, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about how to write the test case using test case template. The agenda for today's session about test case template, components in test case template, what is priority in test case, how to provide priority for a test case. One example, how to write test case using test case template. But from this topic, in interview point of view, what are the questions we can expect means one of the common asked question interest point of time, components in test case template. What is priority in test case? How do you provide the priority for test case? That's a very common ask. And also, when you are showing some experience, you should know that how to write the test case in using test case template. Okay. Test case template. In general, every organization will maintain their own template to derive test case. So every organization will have their own template with some predefined components. There's a template means which have some predefined components. Predefined components. What are the components we are going to find in test case template? First, project, where we have to specify which project related test cases we are writing. Second component, module, that is the name of the module, which module related test cases we are writing. Created by, that is author of test cases. That means your name, test engine name. Created on which date test cases are prepared. Reviewed by, that is name of the person who is responsible to conduct a review on test cases. Reviewed on which date review conducted on test cases. Referred documents, inputs to derive test cases. So for seven components I said project, module, created by, created on, reviewed by, reviewed on, referred documents. Next one, test case ID or name. Thus the name of the test case which should be unique for entire project. Test case ID or name, which is name of the test case which should be unique for entire project. The generally the name we are going to provide like this. Test case TC number 01 underscore project name underscore module name underscore functionality name. Like this we are going to provide. That is a naming convention means like this we are going to give. Test case description. It describes purpose or core intention of the test case. It describes purpose or core intention of the test case. Next one, priority, one of the important component. Priority defines importance of the test case during execution. What is priority in test case means you have to say that priority says that how much important this particular test case during execution time. Says the priority. Next point I given priority derived based on importance or criticality of the functionality with respect to client business needs. How do you give the priority for test case means? For which requirement validation purpose we are writing this test case? That requirement, how much important, how frequently my user will use in the application. Based on that, we can give the priority. There is a 2 points are there. Important questions. How do you give the priority for test case? What is priority says to you? What is priority says in test case document? It says that how much important this test case during execution. Priority derived based on importance or criticality of the functionality or requirement with respect to client business needs. Okay, like this. In general, there are three levels of priorities we are going to maintain. High, P0. Very frequently used functionalities, we have to go for the high priority. Medium, sometimes only used functionalities. Low, P2, rarely used functionalities. High, P0, frequently used functionalities. Medium, P1, sometimes only used functionalities. Low, P2, rarely used functionalities. Okay. Like this, we are going to give the priority levels. Step name. It describes number of steps in a test case. A test case may have one or more number of steps. Some test cases will have only one step. Some test cases may have more than 50 steps also. Depends on the functionality. But on a step name column, we are going to provide like this. Step 1, step 2, like this. Step description. It describes user operation to be performed on AUT during test execution. What type of operation we need to do on application under test in order to validate particular requirement that we are going to specify under step description. Next one, test data. It describes data or values which we use to validate application. Data or values which we use to validate application. Some test cases, test data is not mandatory. Next one, expected result. It describes expected behavior of the application with respect to user operations. With respect to user operations. So if I click on OK button, how application need to respond? Click on OK button, we have to write under step description. And expected result, we have to write how it has to respond. But how we know expected result? The expected result will be drafted from user requirements. You need to read the requirement documents. So they describe that how the functionality flow will be. Based on that, we have to take the expected behavior that we are going to write under expected result. But make sure in a test case, a step in a test case should describe at least one user operation and there should be some expected result. Such a way we have to write the steps. Every step should describe at least one user action or operation and subsequent response from the system under expected result. Then only it is considered as one step in our test case. But there are some other components. Actual result. It describes actual behavior of application under test or system under test. Actual result will be this actual result will be drafted from the requirements. This is not 15th only, it is. The actual result will be drafted from AUT application under test. Next one, 16th one, status. It describes the step status in terms of pass or fail. Actual result and step status we provide during test execution. These two components we are going to provide at the time of execution only, but up to 14 components we are going to use while writing the test case. Now, what I will do, I will going to show to you how to write the test case using test case template. So, one example I want to go, I want to write the test case to verify delete mail functionality, to verify delete mail functionality in Gmail inbox. That is the scenario purpose. I want to go for the one test case. Verify delete mail functionality in the Gmail inbox. Okay. So how we can go for this? Now simple. This is the test case template. How it looks like. Generally, these templates are going to be prepared by the high-level management team, like QA team. So those templates are going to be preferred by the test engineers to go for the test cases preparation. This is the test case template. In Excel sheet, we have this type of components. Okay. Now once again, you observe that project module created on reviewed on referred documents, test case ID or name, test case description, priority, step name, step description, test data, expected result. So during test cases preparation time, up to here we are going to write. But there are some other components like this, actual result status. These two components at the time of execution we are going to provide. Now what is my intention here? I want to explain to you how to use this test case template to write the test case. So which test case I want to write? I want to verify delete mail functionality in Gmail inbox. Right. How it is going to be. What is the first component I have? Project. So in this project, what I should write? Inbox or Gmail? Which project? Gmail is the project, right? I should say Gmail. Then what next? Module. So in module, what we have to specify here? In which module related functionality purpose we are writing test case. Now in inbox is the module. So specify inbox. Then created by, that's the name of the test engineer who is responsible to prepare test cases. I am preparing test cases, so I can give Madhukar QIT. My name I am going to provide. Then created on, that is on which date test cases are prepared. Today date I am going to provide 21/12/2019. Then reviewed by. Reviewed by, I am not the responsible to write the reviewed by, reviewed on. So once test cases are prepared, the person who is going to do the review on my test cases, at the time that person is going to write the his name and date. In general, test lead is going to be there for the reviews. Then refer documents. Which documents generally we are going to refer to derive the test cases means requirement documents. Requirement document means BRS, FRS. But you should not go for the directly writing BRS, FRS. Naming convention to be followed. I'm saying that. What is the meaning of that? Which project related BRS and which version of document it is. That also we have to specify. Now, Gmail underscore BRS version 1.0. So, another document Gmail underscore FRS version 1.3. BRS means business requirement specifications. FRS means functional requirement specifications. Whereas BRS describes brief description about client business needs. FRS describes the detailed functional behavior of each component. They are the reference. Then we have the test case ID or name. We should give proper naming convention when we are going to give the test case ID. That name should be unique for entire project. For that, test case number TC001 underscore project name underscore module name underscore functionality name we have to specify like this. TC001 Gmail underscore inbox underscore delete mail. Next we have the test case description. What we have to say in test case description, we need to specify that what is the purpose of this test case, the intention of the test case. We have to specify in test case description column like this. This test case to verify delete mail functionality. Next component priority, one of the important one. Priority says that how much important this test case during execution, because sometimes maybe delay in the deployment of the build, you may not have the sufficient time to execute all the test cases. In that scenario, we can go for the priority based selection of the test cases to execute the test case on the application. There's a reason priority we have to provide. Sometimes when you don't have sufficient time to execute all the test cases, in that case, we can select the test cases based on priority for the execution. So if I go for the Gmail inbox, what are the frequent user functionalities are there? So what are the main, what are the functionalities are there, actual functionalities? You have like compose mail, open mail, delete mail, forward, replay, drafts, prioritize mails like this. But very frequent user functionalities in inbox means open mail, compose mail. These two very frequently we are going to do. If suppose you are writing test case for these functionalities to validate, should have the priority high. Delete mail also a functionality, but not that much frequently, which we are going to use. So we can give the medium priority. So prioritize mails is there. Very rarely we are going to do at this level, right? As a business person, it is important. You should not, those are not that much important to give the prioritize our mails. So low priority for that feature, like that. Here I am going to give the medium priority, P1. Next, step name is there. Step name, under this we have to specify like step 1, step 2, step 3 or 1, 2, 3. So generally, the step name describes that how many steps are there in my test case. Says step name. Okay, step 1 is given here. Next, step description. What is the step description? Under this, we have to specify user action. What type of operation user need to perform an application while testing the functionalities or requirements. So like this, open IE browser and enter URL. Then click on go. Like this. This is the operation you have to perform. While doing this type of operation, any data we have to provide? Yes. So we have to give the base URL. Application URL is required or not? So that we are going to specify under test data column. Test data column. Like URL is gmail.com. Now what is the expected result? If I do this operation after enter the IE browser, Enter this here, click on go. What is my expectation? Yahoo Mail should be opened. No. Gmail application is Gmail. Login page should be opened. That's the expected result. As I said that we have the actual result status, but these two during the test cases execution time we are going to write. Now we are going to write up to here only. So this is the first step. Not yet completed. We have to complete the remaining steps. Step 2. Enter valid email and click on next. Under test data column, which email you want to give, that you have to specify. Then how the application need to respond. So after enter the valid email and click on next, password field and the next button should be displayed. Next, step 3. Enter valid password and click on next. Under test data column, we have to specify the which values you have to provide. Then expected result, successful login operation, inbox should be open. Step 4. Select one mail and click on delete. Selected mail should be deleted. Step 5. See different operations. Select more than one mail and click on delete. Corresponding mails which you selected, those should be deleted. Step 6. Open one mail and click on delete. Open mail should be deleted. Different ways to test the delete mail function we have to write step by step it is. Next step, select mails based on read or unread criteria, then click on delete. Corresponding mails should be deleted. Click on delete without selecting a mail. There is also native testing we are going to see. Error message should pop up. Step 9. Select all the mails and click on delete. All the mails should be deleted from inbox. So this is the way how the test case we are going to write. Okay. Now what do you have to do? So take one Excel sheet, write yourself in the same format so that you're going to get some idea how to write the test case in the real time. So if you need some more test cases for the reference purpose, you can send a mail to me. So madhukarqait@gmail.com. I will going to forward you some other exam written test cases for reference purpose. Okay. So try to subscribe my channel, refer who need my information, the channel information. Thank you. See you in the next session.